Bruce and Melissa had been in a relationship for 5 years. After the wedding, they decided to move into Bruce's parents' old apartment, which they rented for a while and then gave to their son. Bruce worked at a car dealership and Melissa worked as a receptionist at a private dental office. In general, their relationship was even, without quarrels. However, over time, Melissa began to reveal unexpected sides of her character. If earlier she assured her husband that she liked her work and could make a financial contribution, now she began to talk about being tired of working with people. She also mentioned her friends who didn't need to work because their husbands could provide for the family. Bruce understood her hints, but did not yet see a way for the two of them to make money together. He was hoping for a pay raise at work and had recently discussed the matter with his manager, who promised to look into it and give an answer soon. Unfortunately, on the day they were supposed to speak to the manager again, Bruce received disappointing news. The company could not review his salary at the moment. He returned home in the evening upset, contemplating how to break the news to his wife. Surprisingly, Melissa seemed to be more concerned about her boss's decision than Bruce himself. As expected, Melissa was extremely upset. At first, she resented and accused her husband of not being persistent enough. She was looking forward to his promotion, hoping for an improved standard of living or even the possibility of quitting her job. That evening, she refused to speak to him for the rest of the night. However, after a week or so, Melissa let go of her resentments and grievances. She told Bruce that she decided to take more shifts this month because her partner was going on vacation and she had wanted to buy a new phone for a long time. It would seem to be a great opportunity to earn money. The husband did not argue with his wife, but took her words as a clear hint that she had not received gifts for a long time. He took the hint and began to think about how much money and in what time frame he needed to save up to buy her a new phone. She had been working extra shifts at her clinic for a month now, but the shifter who was supposed to fill in for her was still on vacation. Every night he wanted to ask his wife if her coworker was okay, but he was always too tired, and the question slipped his mind. One weekend, Bruce woke up early and found that Melissa had already left for her shift. He went to the kitchen to make himself a cup of coffee when he received an unexpected call on his phone. It was his close friend Alan, whose voice sounded concerned. Bruce wondered what could be so important for Alan to be calling him at this hour. They decided to meet at a cafe, and Bruce ordered breakfast since he didn't have time to eat at home. "You remember our friend Vincent?" Alan asked, starting the conversation. "He recently had veneers put on himself. It's quite expensive, but he can afford it since he owns several hotels." "Why are you telling me this? Are we going to talk about his new teeth?" Bruce laughed. "I have something to tell you. Vincent went to the clinic where Melissa works, and I think she saved his number and started texting him from her personal cell phone." Bruce's appetite was instantly gone. Bruce cautiously inquired about what exactly his wife had been texting their mutual friend. Alan explained that she had been openly flirting with him and had even asked to meet him. They had met once before, but it was just a casual conversation and nothing more. However, it became clear that Melissa had ulterior motives. Bruce asked for Vincent's number and called him the same day. They discussed the situation, and Bruce asked him to tell them more about the meeting. It was revealed that she had spotted him on one of the days when she claimed to have an extra shift. It seems likely that her partner was never on vacation and Dasha had been using this as an excuse to go on dates with other men. The husband asked his friend to set up a date for Dasha during one of her supposed extra shifts, making it clear that it should be a genuine romantic encounter, potentially with a follow-up. Grigory, upon discovering that he had been flirting with his friend's wife, initially felt embarrassed and reluctant to get involved. However, he eventually decided that his friend needed help in order to fully understand the situation. On the agreed day, Grigory met Dasha at the same restaurant, while Nikita waited nearby on the street. They engaged in a pleasant conversation, and just as Dasha started openly flirting with Grigory, holding his hand and suggesting continuing the evening, he sent a message to his friend indicating that it was time. Nikita entered the restaurant and approached the table swiftly, catching Dasha off guard and preventing her from pulling her hand away. With a wry tone, her husband asked, "How's work going, wife? So you have an extra shift today?" Dasha turned pale, staring at her husband in disbelief, then averted her gaze and avoided eye contact. Grigory recounted their previous conversations to her, concluding with, "And the rest you have witnessed for yourself." The husband grabbed Dasha's hand to stand up from the table, but she recoiled in fear. "I won't touch you. Just gather your things from the apartment and move out today," the husband declared. Dasha did not resist, as she realized that her marriage was over. The following week, Nikita went to Dasha's workplace to inform the director about her scheme of organizing a personal dating service. When her shift manager learned that Dasha's husband was present, she revealed that this was not the first time Dasha had engaged in such behavior. Apparently, Dasha would save the contact information of wealthy clients and attempt to initiate personal relationships with them. "I think she was searching for more promising and wealthier opportunities." The testimony from 2 witnesses proved effective. Consequently, Dasha was terminated from the clinic. Although she had already secured a small apartment, she could no longer afford the rent due to her unemployment. Consequently, she temporarily moved in with friends and embarked on a job hunt. She still maintained a substantial list of potential suitors, but none of them seemed eager to respond to her persistent attempts. Meanwhile, Nikita, her spouse, promptly filed for divorce and began living independently. This situation with his ex-wife taught him a valuable lesson, causing him to thoroughly assess the materialistic tendencies of his future partners. A supportive friend, Grisha, was also delighted to lend a helping hand in this matter.